stress has to be, the stress, anxiety, whatever we want to call that, it has to be learned in the presence of non-danger. It has to be learned. And yeah, that kind of energy that is, or the ways that the mom tends to respond, if the kid sees, oh, that's how you respond when that happens. Like, let's just use the example of a spider. It was in the other class. We were doing yoga last Thursday, and and so we had all the mats out, and there was a spider. Somebody saw a spider, and there was a girl there who just started freaking out. Oh no, spider. It couldn't possibly hurt her. But for whatever reason, she's been conditioned, and I'm not putting a judgment on it. That's not bad or good. That's just how she's learned. When there's a spider, this is how I respond. And the kids if that's how they see that's how people respond to spiders, that's how they'll also respond to spiders. But if you had somebody who goes, oh, okay, no big deal, and you send it to spider heaven, or whatever you do with it, put it in your hand and take it somewhere else. I mean, whatever you decide to do with it. But if that's how you respond, you could use any example, bees. Some people are scared to death of bees. Other people are, have beehives. And they're like, oh, no big deal, I have the bees. And if the kids see that that's how they're responding, they're learning. Oh, that's how you are with bees. Or that's how you are with, and you name it. So whatever that is, Alexis, that is the things that you see happening, the kids are learning just because they're watching. And they go, oh, that's how we respond when that happens. Until somebody else can come along and go, oh, no, that's not how everybody responds. That's how they will continue to respond. And that's the whole point of this whole class is getting to a point where we go, oh, I've got a test. Okay. Instead of, oh, I've got a test. Right? Because all your life you've been told, test. Until somebody comes along and says, you're not going to die, and you'll probably have a good experience, and you've been able to handle this before, so why would this be any different? And you go, oh, okay, I guess I don't need to be how I've always been. And it's a muscle. It is a muscle that doesn't immediately, like I say all the time, there's not a quick fix for stress. You can't quick fix stress better. But just like any muscle that you work over and over, where you see the spider and you go, oh, wait a second, it's like an ant. It's not going to hurt me. I can think differently about this, or the snake, or the bees, or the test, or the calling up somebody to ask him out, or whatever it is. Does that make sense?
I think it should, really.
Yeah. I think every human should be immersed in this stuff somehow. It's conditioning. It's nobody has stressed genes. And people who, but I do have to say that there's been studies showing that when a mom is stressed, the baby in the womb is more likely to be more conducive to stress, more likely to be stressed about things than the mom who is calm in the womb. It's not DNA, it's congenital or learned, but it's not DNA. Well, I think that's where that comes from, is the training, the personality. Because I don't know if kids, if a 0 year, like my daughter just had their baby, had their first baby. My daughter and her husband had their first baby. I don't know that this kid comes equipped with a personality, so much as by living with the mom and the dad, that personality develops over time, and if it is more stress conducive, then yeah. Like if they have a type A, so-called type A personality, where they've learned their whole life, I got to be on time and everything's got to be this way, and I got to be a clock and everything's, the type A personality, and they're more hostile. If they see that happening all the time, they don't know any other way. They don't know they can just, oh, I guess I can handle it this way.